Hi guys, so today I'm with Chris the Coast Walker. Now Chris has actually walked, well put it this way, he's walked a hell of a long way so far. Right, that's to put it fairly, Chris. Aye. We're at the Giddy Garnet today in St Monans and he's stopped off here. He's going to be walking across to Largo, London Links and Leven and the rest of the Fife Coastal Path and making his way over to Kincardine and Edinburgh as well. So his link's on here for his Facebook page. Please give him a like, follow him as well. He's got his donation button on here as well, and take every opportunity to donate to that. He is walking the whole of the UK in need of children in need itself. We're going to speak to Chris right now, and we're going to put over to him, and I'm going to ask him all these questions. What type of madness does it take to do this? Over to you, Chris. I mean, I'm gobsmacked when I saw you on the local pages and somebody had said you're walking all this way. How far have you walked so far?
So I think I'm just over 9,500 miles so far. Yeah. I'm on day 388 of walking. I set off from Norfolk and headed south. So I've done all of the northwest coast of Scotland. Yeah. And I didn't anticipate just how big Scotland is. I've been here nearly 7 months. By the time I get out of Scotland, I've been here 7 months, and I reckon I'll get out of Scotland by the end of January now.
Yep.
So yeah, I've still got probably 1,500 miles to go. Yeah. But I'm fairly well on the home stretch now. So
but you've walked so far how many miles?
Just over 9,500 miles.
Wow.
Yeah, the whole of the British coastline so far to here.
But more importantly, what have you raised for children in need so far?
So I've raised just over £30,000, £30,140. I think you just checked, and that's
amazing.
That's what it is. Yeah, I'm really pleased. I never intended to raise that much money. It was just that's what's happened, and it's great. But it's slowed down a lot in the west and in the far north because there's just not many people out there.
Yep.
So I'm hoping on the east coast I can push that up, and if I can get to sort of 40,000 before I get home, I'll just be absolutely made up.
But that relies on everybody watching basically taking time to share and possibly donate if they can, doesn't it?
That's right, yeah. I hope that what I'm doing is a bit of a good news story, which is different to what's in the news at the moment and what's been in the news for the last couple of years. You know, I'm trying to give people, and children especially, a bit of hope and to understand that there's still a world out there and they can do whatever they want. And if I can raise money for children in the way that I am along the way, then that's a good thing. So,
when you started out, I mean, where did it all happen? You know, for you, I mean, how did this come about? Did you just out there just, I think I'm going to walk the coast of Britain? Yeah,
kind of. I mean, I've always done stupid things, really. And so in the beginning of the first lockdown, I was looking at my own 3 children and thinking how lucky they were to have a healthy, happy, positive environment to grow up in. And they've got a loving family around them. It's not the same for all children in the UK, and I wanted to do something about that and make sure I was able to benefit some children that were...
But normally people just sit in a tin of bath of beans or something like that, you know?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Why did this come about? I mean, why? It's like, you know, bath of beans, I'll jump off, like the boys are jumping off the pier tomorrow, good luck to them.
Right.
And all these different things, and all small things, but you, like, I tell you what, I'll just do this.
Yeah, so I've always done endurance-based events and challenges. I've always run marathons, done long-distance cycling. I actually rode across the Atlantic. I've done a lot of crazy things in my life.
You rode across the Atlantic?
I have, yeah.
Jeez.
Fully unsupported as well with my best friend. And so that was 10 years ago. And that's the last big thing I really did. And I thought I could just do another marathon. But it wouldn't galvanise as much attention, it wouldn't generate as much money for the charity. Yeah. So I wanted to do something big, and I said to my wife, I'm going to go for a bit of a walk around the coast, and she said, okay, which bit? And I said, all of it. She said, okay, how long will it take? And I estimated about a year. So now I'm day 388 and not quite home. I might not have a wife to go home to, but we'll see.
Do you ever have time to stay at home then? You know, the fact that you're saying I rode across the Atlantic.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that casually as if I rode across the Atlantic, as if everybody does that every other year.
Yeah. Well, I guess I've never really had a conventional life. I've always tried to do things I've wanted to do that mean something to me rather than do the expected thing. I did everything right in my own eyes. I thought, you know, I went to school, passed my exams, went to university, got my degree, did all the things that everybody expects you to do. But I just realised that actually there was more to learning about yourself than anyone else can teach you.
Yeah.
And the only way to do that is to be out there pushing yourself to your limits and understanding mentally what you're capable of.
Yeah.
So I just went and did what I could, and you know, and I think travel is a really good educator as well. I've travelled a lot over the world, and I wanted to do that somewhere. I wanted to see my own country. I wanted to see the UK more, because I think we've got such diverse coastline. We've got such amazing places here, and we almost never see them. So, yeah, I wanted to see that, and if I could promote that to people here, then that would be a good thing.
We're too busy working all the time. That's the
I
problem.
know, yeah.
And we never actually take time out to see what's on our doorstep.
It's true, but life isn't all about work, is it?
Yeah.
You know, and I think if nothing else, the last 2 years have
Speaking
shown.
to a workaholic.
But if nothing else, the last 2 years have shown that, you know, we're very limited on time.
Yeah.
Humans are frail, you know. Yeah.
So 30,000 so far. You're aiming for 40,000.
I'd push that further if I can.
Yeah.
I'd like to raise as much money as possible, but you know, even a pound donated is a pound that's going straight to a child that really needs it. So that's important. And Children in Need are a great charity, and they're one of the few charities that can say, I think it's 96 pence in every pound goes directly to a child.
Oh, really?
Which is pretty impressive, you know, because they're not just one organisation. They fund so many little charities. They do operations, they do education, they do community projects, they do all sorts of things. It's not just one thing. So, yeah.
And it goes home in the UK, or does it go overseas?
Also children in the UK. Yeah.
Children in the
so
UK,
if you go on the Children in Need website, one of the first lines on their website is reaching children in every corner of the UK, and that kind of fits very nicely with my walk around the coast.
Perfect. Okay. Is there anything you want to say to anybody else out there, and what?
Just if you do see me, give me a wave or say hello, or maybe offer some help if you can.
Have you got any digs?
Yeah.
Staying in a tent at this time of year can't be easy.
I mean, I don't mind it too much, and often people put me up and stuff. But you know, more importantly than feeding me or giving me accommodation is just donating to the Just Giving link. And
I mean, the guys at the Giddy Garnet was really good. I mean,
they were great. They gave me the biggest sausage roll I've ever had in my life.
Fantastic.
And the coffee is great.
I think I'm about to have one of these as well.
Yeah. So if you, I mean, people so far in Fife have been amazing. I've had a lot of kindness here, and I sort of expected to get a bit more attention on the East Coast as I'm coming down, because the West is pretty empty and so is the far North. But the weird thing is, every city and big town I go through, even with a flag on my back and my big backpack, nobody says hello to me, nobody speaks to me. So it makes all the difference coming through smaller villages.
Yeah. All the people of Fife are resilient like that. They do that all the time.
Yeah.
They like to help people out when they come through. And
well,
that's
you've got
just
such a beautiful coastline.
And that's just the village. That's just how we are as people ourselves in Fife. And we're actually quite helpful. What's the best thing you've seen so far in Fife? Could you remember?
I don't know. But I did actually go to a pub in Tayport.
Ah, right, okay, just before St Andrews, yep.
Cosby's or Crosby, I can't remember the name of the pub. But they were amazing. I walked in and I never ever ask for help. People share my page, people will donate that way, and people often offer me things, but I never actually physically and personally ask for anything. I walked into the pub because I'd set my tent up and I'd had a really long day, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to have a couple of quick pints, quietly warm up, because it's a long time to spend in your tent at the moment. So I went in, and as soon as I walked in, the guy next to me said, "What are you up to?" And I told him just quietly, and the whole pub did a whip round and gave me a load of money to put in the charity, which was, I was blown away. It's never happened before, but it was amazing.
You never get that before, where people just
I don't often go into pubs just off my own back, but I mean, I don't really get that. And as I say, walking through big towns, people notice me or look at me, but they never say hello and never talk to me. So it's just a strange, I think it's like city syndrome, you know. People keep their eyes down. But yeah.
Perfect. Okay. And the key thing is most people just to share the page, like the page, follow the page.
Share the page.
Engage with you anyway, because it can be quite lonely out there, can't it?
It can be pretty lonely. At the moment, I'm seeing people every day, but on the West, I went something like 23 days without seeing a single person.
Oh, jeez.
That was pretty rough going. And if you go to the website, there's links to all my social media. That's www.thecoastwalker.com. And there's even some videos on YouTube that I put up about Cape Wrath and Knoydart, places that are really remote.
Perfect. Great stuff. Thank you very much for that. I'll just close off. And that's it, guys. So get a chance, donate if you can. Remember that there's 6 million people in Scotland. There's 370,000 people in Fife. So if everybody donated £1, I don't think £40,000 would be really that much of a challenge. And until next time, guys, I'm Jim Parker for Fife Properties TV.